Hello everyone, today I'm going to be sharing how to make these easy breakfast burritos. I'm making these for my postpartum journey. I am 36 weeks pregnant, so I'm going to need some freezer meal prep. This is actually the first time I'm even doing any freezer meal prep, and I'm probably going to be doing some more recipes, so if you would like to stick around and see those, please subscribe and like for me. So I have a 5-year-old and an almost 4-year-old, a 2-year-old, and soon to be newborn. My first is a son, and then I'm having my third girl now. So my 2-year-old has been waking up a lot at night. She is teething or something. I'm not sure what's going on. So let's just say I'm trying to make my postpartum journey as easy as it can be. I'm a breastfeeding mom, so I'm going to be needing some high protein meals in those first few weeks. The meal I'm making today, it makes about 20 burritos, and I didn't even know how much it was going to make when I started this. I just was like, okay, I'm going to use all the ingredients and see how much it comes up with. Well, if you're new here, I'll give you a little introduction. My name is Diana, and I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm 24 years old with almost 4 babies. And I'm married to my husband, which is right there. I've been on YouTube for about a year now, longer than that, honestly, just sharing my motherhood journey with you guys. So these are the ingredients I was using. I will be using potatoes and these flour tortillas. I would suggest probably using bigger ones than this, then eggs, cheese of your choice, and some ground beef and bacon. So first I started off with making the bacon because that takes the longest. So you can really make these however you want. You can put whatever you want in them, but I was choosing to just do a lot of protein. And I saw another recipe this way and it looked good, so I just went for it. And they turned out really delicious. So once I finished putting all the bacon out, I put them into the oven and I started with everything else. I cooked everything else pretty much at the same time because it all takes about the same amount of time. So I had to cut up my potatoes first, and I cut them into 4 pieces each. And honestly, you could probably cut them a little smaller if you want it easier to make the burritos, but it worked just fine for me. So as far as cooking the potatoes, you could put these in the oven and put some tin foil and oil and butter and all that on them and just leave them in there for a while. Probably they might take longer than the bacon, but for me, I just put them on the stovetop in a little pan with butter and oil and cooked them up that way, and it was real fast, and they came out perfectly fine, and they were soft enough for the burritos. So I'm thinking of making some blueberry muffins and all sorts of little, basically snack type of things for breastfeeding, like oatmeal bites and blueberry muffins and stuff like that to freeze. If anyone has any suggestions, let me know. So I ended up making some of these for breakfast for us too, and we ate probably about 6 of them, and I had even more of them out, and I think I froze about 12 of them. Probably you can make about 20 burritos with this recipe. So for the ground beef, this was from a giant pack I got from Costco. So it probably was 1.5 pounds, possibly 2 pounds, but I'm thinking a little less than 2 pounds. So I just seasoned that with whatever I had, some garlic, onion powder, salt, pepper, and you can really use whatever you want. That's up to you, but I was just keeping it really simple. And then I cracked about 14 eggs, pretty sure. It might have been 12 or 13, but you can just try to make sure your ingredients are all equal amounts so you don't have more of something else. With the cheese, I grated a whole block and I ended up needing a little more, so I just threw some sliced cheese in on some of the burritos. That was still a Colby Jack kind. So this was my husband grating the cheese because I hate doing this. Does anyone else hate grating the cheese? So once all the food was cooked and the cheese was done, it was time to put these burritos together. So first things first, you definitely need to put the cheese on first as a base to make sure it doesn't really stick to the tortilla as much. And technically you're supposed to put these together a little cooled off, but I did not do that because I was not thinking about that. But I let the burritos sit out a while before I had put them in the bag and put them in the freezer, so I think that would work just fine. Earlier in the video, I was saying how you might want to get the bigger tortillas because these did not work very well when I was trying to fold them, and I had to make smaller burritos. So when you do this, make sure you actually buy the ones that are made to make burritos. They still turned out good. You can basically make anything work if you try hard enough, and here they were. And then I put them in the oven, and these were the ones I ate with my family this morning, and everyone loved them. And then I just decided to put them all in a Ziploc bag. I put 6 of them in each, so I ended up freezing 12 in total. So that should be about 2 breakfasts for our whole family. And I might do this again, but I'm going to make so many other recipes anyway, so I'm probably just going to leave this at that. The first 2 weeks are the hardest parts anyway, where I'm not really going to be feeling like myself and wanting to cook and just kind of staying in bed with my little baby, so that was the whole point of making all these. And it's a good money-saving tip anyway. I think I might do this even when I'm not postpartum. Bye-bye, everyone.